Yeah, a lot.
What was working for you guys offensively tonight?
Offensively, we stayed poised. You know, that's a great team that kind of like tries to speed teams up. You know, they play in the nail, they play in the passing lanes all the time and stuff. We just had to make sure we was kind of locked in on just like the execution side of it. You know, not letting guys rush us into anything, playing physical, and just meeting their intensity on the offensive end. So once we got to that point, it was all good for us.
What was that sequence like for you when you threw down 2 alley-oops? I think it was in exactly a 30-second span.
I know, it was dope. You know, I mean, I'm always here for catching lobs and stuff, and I always say dunking is therapeutic. So, I mean, I'm always happy when I'm on the other end of it, you know. And for it just to happen back-to-back, you know, those are energy plays. And having momentum like that, you know, going into a timeout is dope, you know. And back in my Arkansas days, all you would hear is Wood doing a hall call in the stands and stuff. And it just always kind of like reminds me of something like that, you know, just having that momentum, having the energy, you know, another team calls a timeout, coming around, you know, high-fiving each other and stuff, and just having fun with the game. That's the main thing about it.
I know I've probably asked you a version of this before, but the one that Denny threw up to you, did you surprise yourself at all that you were able to throw that down?
No, he even asked in the locker room, he was asking, did I throw it to him? I was like, no, that was perfect, you know. I always love catching like lobs with one hand and stuff, kind of like testing my athleticism because, you know, I never know what I'm going to do day in, day out. You know, like I said, I do surprise myself sometimes, especially like, you know, when you ask the question, it's just like, every other day, you know, it's a crazy dunk for me. So just put that in my goodie bag of crazy dunks that I've had over my basketball career. You know, another one in a bunch.
Kind of random, not game-related question.
Mm-hmm.
When you were signing autographs after your pre-game warm-ups, one guy had a picture that you signed.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever look at that and be like, oh, it's pretty cool?
Yeah, it's dope. I think, if I'm not mistaken, either him or his dad, they like make the picture before they come to the game, like literally after the game that it happens and stuff, and they always bring it. They want me to sign. So it's a dope, you know, exchange that I have every game with those guys.
Daniel, you appreciate good defense. What kind of defender is Delon Wright?
A great defender. You know, it's always good to have a guy a guy like him on the team because, you know, he gives 110% on the defensive end, especially like when he's out there guarding some of the best players on the floor, some of the best guards on the floor. No matter what, he's, you know, always in the passing lanes. He's getting his hands on a lot of passes and stuff that I most definitely would not expect him to steal, but, you know, he surprises me night in, night out with some of the steals that he gets because he's just everywhere. You know, he's a very active guy. He has active hands, and he just puts a lot of energy into the defensive end. You know, pretty sure that's why he's in the league. You know, he comes in and he just, you know, kind of like just poised night in, night out. You know, no matter what type of offensive stuff they're throwing at him, he just, you know, comes in locked in and ready to go.
What do you think about the, 2 games in a row against the same team, no traveling between? Do you like it, not like it?
In all honesty, you know, it's literally just like another game to me. Plain and simple, you know, it's always tough to beat a team two nights in a row. You know, so most definitely we're gonna have to lock in mentally because these guys aren't gonna come in and lay down 2 nights in a row for us at all. They're gonna come out, they're gonna up the intensity, they're gonna up the physicality, they're gonna up the energy. You know, we just gotta be ready for it, you know, and just kind of like start this little mini series off with us and Toronto the right way.
Just what's the message, March, you guys have a lot of home games. Feel like you can take advantage of what's in front of you, what's the move in the locker room to say, hey, we need to keep this going game in, game out?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, every game is important right now. And we have to come in with the attitude of just we either gonna win them all or we're gonna make sure we fight until the end. You know, withstand the full front push from the opposing team for the full 48 minutes of every game that comes down the stretch, especially since we're at home. We got to protect the home court.
It was a play when I believe it was a foul. Kuzma threw it behind his head, and you caught it and you kind of did like a crazy layup.
Oh, yeah.
Did y'all talk about that?
No, it was just kind of like a weird thing. He got fouled, of course, and the ball was just right there. I grabbed it, laid it up, crowd loved it and stuff. So it's just a lot of things that I do that out of the ordinary, especially like after the plays and stuff. Just kind of like just have fun with the game and whatnot. Laugh it off. If I make it, cool. If I miss it, dang, I should have made it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, y'all have a good one, man.